So I feel remiss to not say that it feels weird. I think you and Des are like Clark Kent and Superman. When there's one of you here, the other's not, and then you're here and he's not. And I don't know what's going on, so I feel like super confused.
This is a really morphed version of Split. That's what it is. Me and Des are actually the same person, and we just we take turns talking. It's I'm not going to get into it how we do it, and by we I mean me and my other personality apparently, but no, I don't know. Des is probably upbraiding, who knows? But I am here, as our friend All Might would say. I am here.
Yeah, and I'm glad we missed you and pre-show.
I know. I wish I could have been here. I wish I could have been here for the pre-Christmas episode. Trust me, guys. That's why I recorded. That's why I recorded a message, and hopefully you guys got it. But did you guys get that? I recorded a message.
I did.
Okay, did it work? I didn't even know if it worked. It's my first time ever using like a link share, and I was just happy that worked.
Yeah,
but
well,
no, but what's it called? It's I'm for the audience. I am currently up in Southern Oregon right now. 800 miles away from my home. We currently are visiting my mother and father-in-law. As they want to see their grandkids, and I apparently have their grandkids, so they want to see them. So we were up here for Christmas. It was all nice until the second day we're here, and our damn car goes out. Check engine light goes on. Come to find out, I've got $3,500 bill waiting for me because of a catalytic converter. But I'll just leave it at that. And now we're getting the part in today, hopefully, and getting the car fixed so we can head the hell home, because we should have been home 2-3 days ago. And I'm at a point where I'm getting homesick. I want to be home. I want to sleep in my own bed. But make the best of a situation. At least we're here. It's not the worst place to be. I've got coverage at work, which is nice. But I think one of the worst things right now is, dude, I fucking have the Destiny I needs it right now. Like, I am freaking hurting for it. I'm seeing all this stuff on Destiny. I saw the TWAB. I saw all this stuff. And I'm just like, oh, God, I'm falling. I feel like now I'm missing out. I miss Destiny, man. I miss it. When I get back home, it's going to be a fucking catch-up time.
Yeah, man. I mean, I learned a valuable lesson a little bit ago. Always try, if you're going to travel anywhere, bring your PlayStation.
The problem is, if I were to try that, Aaron would not allow that. Even being a gamer herself, would not allow it. We got a Switch for the boys for Christmas. That was like their big Christmas present. Yeah, we haven't even set the damn thing up yet. Now that I'm realizing that, but no, I want to start fucking. I was gonna play that, but no, she does not let it, because the problem is the internet here can barely run my iPad.
Yeah, I can tell. It got a little rough. It's been a little rough. Yeah,
the internet is is weak at best.
Yeah. Every now and then you get a little choppy. But.
Yeah, folks, I apologize right now because I'm on internet that can barely run my phone. So hopefully it holds up. But yeah, man, how's your week been?
I mean, it's been hectic and crazy. It's really weird having Christmas Eve, having Christmas Day off midweek, and then coming back to work when you're like, I don't care about this place. We had great Christmas dinner. Mother-in-law made lasagna, Italian family. Whoop whoop. The missus, we just did a small Christmas for each other. We didn't want to go balls crazy, $600 bill and all that. So I got Fallout 76, hopped into it, love it. That's going to be a really difficult thing to balance my time between Destiny 2 and in Fallout 76 because 76 is super fun. We need to get the crew together. I'm just saying it right now as soon as you get back. But this week in Destiny has been carb filled, and by carb filled I mean like the coolest kid said, I've been getting some bread. I got the La Monarch.
Damn.
I got that this week. I've gotten some crazy good drops on rolls here as I open them up because I am wholly unprepared. Let me see. I got the blast furnace, the pulse rifle.
I keep hearing people saying that's gonna be a very popular gun.
Yeah, my roll personally has Zen Moment and Rampage.
Not bad. Anything to extend the range?
Its range is 87. Why do I need to?
Ooh. Okay. All right.
Let's see here. I got a ringing nail this week with Dragonfly and Disruption Break. It's just a really fun gun. Let me see here. Monarch. I got a Hammerhead with Surrounded and Quick Draw.
Damn, man. See, like, that's why, man, we need to get back. I need to get in that goddamn, those forge. I haven't even finished a fucking forge yet. Like, it hurts my soul. It hurts my soul. Like, I see everyone just, like, dancing around, like, yeah, I got this. I'm just like, oh, my God, I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
And I got that sexy-ass sword.
Oh, you got the
Surrounded and Assassin's Blade. That thing does destructive damage, dude.
The ultimate blade, the freaking the alpha sword now, like the almighty sword that I keep hearing about.
Yeah, we have just oh my God, the damage that thing does is gross.
Yeah, I watched that video and I was slightly jealous.
Yeah, I don't know if everyone has the same rolls, like if it's just a one drop kind of thing, or if it's they all have, if it's I'm assuming it's random rolls, but a lot of people have been saying like Surrounded has been dropping a lot, but I guess swords have a very limited
pool.
Limited pool of perks, so it would make sense that a lot of people have Surrounded. Yeah.
Damn, man, freaking. Hey, so let's see. Is Iron Banner's going on right now?
Iron Banner is going on, and it's Triple Valor this week.
Oh, fuck, see this. See, exactly my goddamn point. I picked like the worst week to be away from Destiny right now. I'm not happy, man. I am not happy with goddamn myself right now. Oh, but God, it makes, the thing is, I'm going to get back and we're going to play our asses off and I'll fall right back into the groove of things. But man alive, it's like watching a bunch of kids play outside with all their amazing toys they got for Christmas and you're, stuck inside with like the flu or something. It's just, oh God. Ugh. But so yeah, I saw that video. I saw the sword just absolutely demolishing strike bosses. I saw it absolutely just cutting through them like they were nothing.
Well, it was three. I'll go into this with this. I've seen this video as well. It's 3 swords. They're melting pointing, and it's the Well of Radiance. It's literally the best case scenario for a sword. And the fun thing with a sword is it counts as a melee, so a boss is slammed to push you back, doesn't push you back, so you're just sticky.
Interesting.
I can say though that is I'm calling it now. That's going to be the new Gambit melting. That's going to be the new Gambit.
Oh.
You're going to see a lot of. It's going to be the Queensbreaker is going to be the one who. By the way, hashtag nerf Queensbreaker. Everybody was bitching and complaining about the sleeper stimulant, and oh my God, sleeper's so strong. Meanwhile, everybody's like, I'm gonna sit here. I'm not gonna say shit about that. Also, Des did call that. If you listen a couple episodes back, Des did call that the Queensbreaker was gonna take top spot.
Oh, I wholeheartedly agree. I started using it, and it's cheating. It's cheating. Like, honestly, the aim assist is...
Mm-hmm. The aim assist is dumb.
The problem is that it makes people feel like they're like I think that makes people feel like they're like sniping and they have some kind of skill with it. But unless you're getting true headshots with it, dude, I mean, you have no idea. Like, it is just, it's filthy. It's absolutely filthy. I've taken shots where I'm like, oh, that's going to be a body, and it's all of a sudden it's like dead. I'm like, ugh. I don't know about that one.
I hit one.
I don't know about that one.
The Guardian was in the air, invading us, and they were kind of like, not floof jumping, but they were, in the air gliding, and I just aimed up and fired, and it literally just went bloop to his head. And I'm like, that's not possible. I literally tested the theory out. The thing has it's just Magneto level magnetism. It's gross.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And the thing is that it's also not a bad weapon for when it comes to doing just killing ads and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, hey, Des.
Hey.
How you feeling, buddy? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
We were just saying in the beginning of the episode, I thought that you and Double G were like Clark Kent, Superman. For a couple
I said that. I gave away our secret. Dang. I said flat out. I gave away. I said that we are actually split. We were actually just Split. The guy from Split, and we were able to talk at the same time. Right. On and from two different area codes, we were able to do that.
Are you guys in my head? Is this like is this like Fight Club?
This is exactly. This is Fight. RNG has really been this entire time just Buster talking for the entire period. He's been talking just his entire time, and originally Biz was the original new voice, and now I'm taking over.
I can just think of the hilariousness of it would just be me doing different voices. Doing Miss Biz, arguing about
if you were that good.
Maple syrup and prime rib.
Oh no, was it Tofurkey?
Yeah. Fuck you. Oh man. That's hilarious, dude.
Oh man. Oh shit. Well, how you been, Des?
I've been good.
How was Christmas?
It was good. I got a new tank for my vape, so
nice.
Oh,
I needed one, so it's very nice. Very nice.
I say you got a decent rig, right?
It works.
Oh.
It works. It works.
I don't care. I don't pay exuberant amounts to puff like clouds that may get me into traffic accidents while driving down the road.
Dude,
I don't see the point in all that.
There was a fucking guy. Okay, this is probably about, I don't know, 6 months ago. This motherfucker has this giant lifted truck, and he's total Southern California bro, and he has a freaking his vape. Dude, this son of a bitch, it filled his entire car. Mm-hmm. And then came out the back like his car was on fire. I literally legitimately thought his car was on fire. And then I look in and I see that it's fucking vape. But dude, I was like, holy shit. I was like, what? How much do you need? How much smoke do you need? When is enough? When is enough? But
one of my coworkers is a vapor. And he was sitting there. And I mean, I was always watching him because he vapes on the low at work. And I'm like, okay, maybe maybe it's one of those situations it's the gray zone between being legal and illegal. You can't smoke on premises, but because it's a vape, you can, type of thing. And then I walked by him, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And he was like, "Shh." And I'm like, "Dude, is that weed vapor?" And he was he looked at me and winked, and I'm like, "The fuck are you doing, dude?"
Oh man.
And I'm like, "Oh, that's the reason why you're so happy at work." I get it, because I want to kill everyone that moves when I'm at work, and you're just like, Today
a smiley all the time.
Yeah, today is a good day. So,
dude, if I fucking did that at work, I would be so unproductive and so hungry at work.
yeah, I'm about to say, I'm always hungry anyway.
Dude, I would be, I would just sit there and just eat. Oh my god, and want to play video games. I would be the most unproductive son of a bitch there is.
Well, I always want to play video games. Thank you, Fallout 76.
I know, man. We're gonna have to all. How many people can you have in one fucking? I don't even know what the fuck you call it. You got perfect.
A team.
Perfect, because we have 4 of us that have that game.
And with my loadout that I have built, with every person in my team, we get a 8% damage reduction.
Well, with my loadout I've built, I played for about 15 minutes.
I'm a hag.
I made a character. So
I'm a haggler and crafter.
Oh, good. Oh, perfect. We're going to have such a great... Oh, our team's going to be so good.
That's the way with... in survivalist rules in a Fallout setting, I always go like... I basically screw over the weapons, go into like the melee crap, and just go haggle. And because I increase strength for the carry load, and like I haggle, crafting, get all that crap in, especially for survivalist setting. Mm-hmm. That's just my character I usually make.
And then we were talking about Destiny, then we hopped right into Fallout 76. My loadout, my build is the medic. I'm building just if you're around me and I pop I'm speccing into it that if you're around me and I pop a stim pack, you heal.
Nice.
If I eat something, you are fed. If I drink something, your thirst is quenched. If you go down, I can dump a bottle of booze in your throat. And
are you starting a religion? Are you starting a religion or something like that? Because that's what it just sounded like right now. Like you're like, if I eat, you all shall eat. If I drink, you will not know thirst.
That's the end. That's the end goal. I have it all. I have all my perks picked out and all my stat increases already statted out, which is what you're supposed to do in games like this. I did tell y'all motherfuckers that I get deep into things like this. You've been warned, okay?
Hey, man, I get it, but I still haven't had that moment on Fallout. Maybe when all 4 of us are playing together, I'll have a lot of fun. But I just...
So I have it down where I even have my specials planned out on what I want. So that way I can get the perks or equip the perks that I want.
So we're in the same boat.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, God. All right, you guys are going to be dragging me through this kicking and screaming, but I'll fucking be there. I will fucking be there in this backward-ass fucking country-ass game we're playing. I don't know where the fuck we're supposed to be. I mean, like, Virginia or something?
Yes.
West Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah, Virginia. Not West.
I just need to start singing that John Denver song.
The one that they play on the radio all the time because there's only like 6 songs in the apocalypse.
Yeah, goddamn that John Denver. Man.
My favorite is listening to the Butcher. Hey, everybody, there's a new guy around. There's a guy named Butcher Pete. And I'm swinging a machete like he's whacking and hacking and slashing, just killing the Scorch. And I'm like, okay, this is super cool. However, I don't know. This is going to be the Fallout corner right now, I guess. I was in my camp, Des, and you'll appreciate this. And I'm sitting here like, this is creepy. And I turn around and look, and I have a picture. I took a screenshot of me aiming down sights to see what it is, and it's saying the Mothman. And I'm like, well, this isn't for me.
The Mothman, like the actual Mothman.
Yes.
What did it look like?
At this moment, well, when I saw it, it looked like one of the Daruma dolls. Like the little dumpy... hold on. I think I have it in my images.
Did it have really long legs and arms?
Not at this time. At that moment, no. But
okay. Because I've come across Wendigos.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wendigos. Yeah, that's one of those like that's like one of those things on one of those fucking alien things on what is the A Quiet Place? They're kind of like fucking.
Yeah, I think they're a different type of feral ghoul, though. Like I said, their limbs are a little elongated, and they have like this scream attack. But yeah, they're.
I posted the screenshot in chat. Well, a picture of the screenshot in chat.
I am looking at this right now. Hold on. I think I am. What the fuck?
Oh.
Okay.
Huh. All right.
Well, that's interesting. I guess that's what I have to look forward to.
Well, there's a bunch of stuff that you have to look forward to for
a bunch.
Man.
Such as the Scourge Beast Queen.
Dude, that thing's a nightmare. It just flies over your head and fucks you.
Yeah.
It just oh god, this game. I've heard this kind of stuff about because this is honestly my first Fallout game. I've never played another Fallout game.
Oh, then you've got a whole lot of things to learn.
Oh, I've got Aaron trying to give me the cliff notes, the super cliff notes while we're playing, but it's
also a good one to start with though, because it's not lore deep lore.
Yeah, you don't actually super need to know the lore, because I mean it's not important in any way.
Mm-hmm. Because
there are no friendly settlements, so
that's what I've heard. I've heard the first one is where's my dad? The second one's where's my son? And then the third one's what are the nuke codes to double X snipes whatever 420 so I can go blow the fuck out of his base. That's all I've heard about this game. So I don't know.
Well,
sounds about accurate.
Well, yeah, the first one's more we need a water chip. Second one. I can't remember what really starts it other than a spirit journey from your village.
Yeah, that's about right. It's a vision quest.
I think so. I can't fully remember, but one thing I liked was the fact that from Fallout 1 to Fallout 2, the originals, like I said, you play a Vault Dweller that gets kind of volunteered to go out and find a replacement to your water chip, because without the water chip, you cannot have purified water in your vault.
Then you get rads and you die.
So yeah, you get sent out and you go on these adventures. Hilariously, in the one, if you do find a water chip and go back, your overseer does not let you back in the vault because you left, so you can't come back in.
That sucks.
Yeah. Then you uncover this heinous plot by a super mutant called the Master, who is trying to raise an army of super mutants to take over everything. So you go kill him. Spoiler alert for a game that's almost as old as I am.
For one of the oldest games out, yeah.
But Fallout 2 starts, I think, 80 years later, and you play a descendant of the village that your character from Fallout 1 started after their adventure, which I always thought was very cool.
You do start as the son or daughter. Child, sorry.
Because you're the chosen one.
Yeah.
You go from the Vault Dweller to the chosen one. And then Fallout 3, where's my dad? New Vegas.
Why did you kill me?
Why did you kill me? And then Fallout 4, where's my son?
Where's my son?
New Vegas is, you should have killed me. You should have finished, is what I think New Vegas would be the best way to describe it.
I mean, pretty much. But yeah, those are the Fallout plots in a nutshell. And then this one is just really nothing's wrong, nothing happened, go out, survive. There's no
very
real subplot to it even. I mean, it's just... Interestingly enough, Vault 76 is a completely, just totally legitimate vault, which is, I think if the lore is right, it is one of 10 control vaults.
Yeah.
Out of all the vaults that they built, the rest of them are all social experiments.
Some of them are very weird. Like sacrifices, what would happen if you were the only male in the vault? Hint, hint, dehydration is what happens.
Also, basically, like I said, the extended lore pretty much explains that the failing of the water chip of the vault from Fallout 1 was a social experiment. Mm-hmm. What will people do
when there's no water?
There is also a nifty one that you never see in game, but was part of like a comic. Again, I forget. I can never remember all of the vault numbers. It was the entire vault was occupied by one man and a bunch of puppets.
I didn't know about that one.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like some Borderlands shit there.
Yeah, he actually like...
Sounds like a guy fucks a sock a lot.
I mean, he like goes freaking nuts. So you can basically think of that Batman villain.
Puppet Master? Oh, no, the dude with the... See? That guy?
The
gangster puppet? The one with the gangster puppet?
Yeah. The one that holds Scarface.
That's right. I couldn't remember his name.
But yeah, so like, yeah, it's Fallout 4 ended up being an experiment because it was actually a cryogenic experiment or thing to see how well the human body can survive cryogenic sleep for that long. It's very interesting that they actually have a vault that you're coming out of that's just absolutely normal.
And 76 was the vault program to open first, right?
Actually, I think it actually opened 5 years late. I'm wanting to say.
Okay, well, I meant by like if everything went according to plan, it would have been the very first one to open.
There are others that I think were set to open after 15 years. I think like they're either set like 15 or they open up like 15 or 20 years after, but I think this one is, like I said, open 5 years late. But yeah, it's about normal for your control vaults.
Yeah. Okay.
So here's my question: Is this game as bad as everyone's trying to make it out to be? Because that's all I see is people trashing it.
At the very least, it's not that bad on console. Because a lot of what people are talking about is just the fact that it performs absolutely awfully, which I never came across that many problems playing it on console.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Like I said, I have very limited experience. I've played for like, I don't know, a couple hours, maybe. You know, it's so I can't say anything, but it doesn't seem like the people who actually have been playing, like you two have been playing it. I've talked to a couple other people who've been actually playing it. They seem like they said it's not the worst thing in the world. No. So I'm like I said, I mean, you guys are going to have to drag me through it kicking and screaming, but I'll fucking go. But, Des, how has your week in Destiny been?
Non-existent. Yeah, I have legitimately not even logged into Destiny.
Oh, good. Me and you are on the same page.
Am I the only one who have played Destiny this week?
I mean, it doesn't mean I haven't played. It's just I have not played Destiny.
Oh, I know you played. We've spoken about some of the things you played, so.
I mean, some. I've only been playing one thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I got hooked into a ranked climb in Paladins. I dove in there. Yeah. At first it started with, let me finish my placements and see see where I get placed, see where I stand. Which last time I tried to play some Paladins, I ended up in Silver 4. It was just awful. But this time I actually ended up getting placed in Gold 4.
Very cool.
Which I consider much better.
How is that game doing these days? You guys got any new updates or anything like that?
Oh, a bunch.
Oh yeah, we talked about it last week.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I haven't I haven't even listened to it. I've had no time to listen to pretty much anything. So it's either big because the thing is we're always off doing something. We're always off doing something up here in Oregon. Oh, Des, yeah, I'm stuck up here in Oregon. I'm stuck up here in Oregon. I'm here, and it's goddamn 29 degrees, and I'm freezing my balls off. But I had a nice little Christmas present. Our SUV check engine light came on than a $3,500 bill. So yeah, that was my Yeah, but so I've had no chance to play any video games other than like I said, we got the Switch for the boys. We got a few games for that, so we're gonna try that out, see how that is. I think we're gonna try it today, but I'm gonna try that Breath of the Wild everyone keeps talking about.
It's great.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, but no, I don't know, man. It's just like it's weird, man. It's like I come up here and it's like I'm away from like obviously you feel like you're just like in a whole new world because it's just such a different pace of life up here. Like down in Southern California, it is like you're nonstop. There's something going on nonstop, even at damn 2:30 in the morning. There is something going on. There's always something's open. But dude, I don't know. The whole town just starts shutting down here like fucking pretty early. It's colder than hell. I went out and played golf twice, and it's been fucking like for the first time it was like 31 degrees, and then it started shitting rain on me, and I was the only guy out there. And the thing is that I go to the front desk, and they're like, "Are you sure you want to go out?" I'm like, "Yeah, I want to go out." And they're like, "Okay." I come back, and the guy goes, "Was it worth it?" I go, "Fuck yeah, it was worth it. It was miserable, but it was worth it." You know what I mean? It's like one of those man pilgrimages that you can put on your belt. But it's just one of those. It's funny, man, but it's just colder than hell. That's the one thing I don't think I could ever get used to it anymore. I mean, I grew up in the cold, like living in the mountains, but it wasn't like this. Like during the day, it still was like 60 degrees. Like this is like the warmest it gets is like 36. It's like, I don't know if I could do it all the time.
So you had a nut up moment basically playing golf.
Oh, dude, but that's my life. My life has been a nut up moment. Like honestly, like most of my life choices have been just a nut up moment, and for good or bad or otherwise. But I'm the kind of guy. I'm a big camping guy. Like love going camping, love being outdoors. Even though I live in Southern California where there's hardly any outdoors, so everyone's crammed on top of each other. But I love getting outdoors. I love honestly, I love the act of like taking care of yourself, like outdoors, like survivalist kind of stuff. Like I'm big on that kind of stuff, and I'm big on trust me. I wish I could do like my dad ingrained that in me, but it's always been like he tells me stories of like going and like fishing for steelhead on like some random ass river, and like pulling him being on a canoe for 2 weeks with his buddy in college, like going through freaking like just camping and like fishing for all your food and crap like that. I love that kind of shit. I know it's boring to a lot of people and it probably sounds terrible to a lot of people, but for me, I'm a pretty big outdoors kind of person. Fuck that up here. Fuck that up here.
Fuck that in general. There are monsters in the wilderness.
Dude, I'm all right with that. I'm all right with monsters. All right? I'm the kind of guy that tries to make the monster my friend. When we go camping, I try to make friends with all the little animals. I'll feed them and try to take care of them. And then, it probably usually ends up backfiring, and they go through all our food and fucking do all that kind of shit. But I try to be one with nature. But it's definitely I could not do that shit up here all the time. Like all the time would be. And the other problem is, so I packed for fucking 5 days, like 5 days worth of clothing, couple pair of jeans, socks, underwear, bullshit. But now we're on day we're on day 8. So it is like I'm doing laundry nonstop, which is terrible. But I absolutely love being out. Like you go out for a little bit in the cold, but then you just got to immediately get back in. But well, that's been our outdoors rant for today, folks. That's what happens when you allow me back on the cast after missing for a week. But no, I wish I was playing fucking Destiny, man. Des, so we had a question. So we were talking about this legendary sword that everyone is talking about. This this killer of everything. Do you think it's going to be a new like Gambit burn down boss mechanic?
I don't know.
Oh, Daz, I love you, man.
Yeah, I've been like utterly disconnected from
you
any of that news.
Have you seen the video or anything on it?
I mean, I haven't seen anything, but I know of its existence.
I know it exists.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, no, we were just talking about because in the video, Buster was saying that they pop a well rating as they do melting points. So right off the bat, third, but then you said all three of them were using it, right, Buster? I'm trying to remember all three of them. Yeah, that's
all
right.
Three were using it.
All three are using it, and it's just it's filthy. It's filthy, but we want to figure out if it's a static roll, or if it's a, or if it's a, what's it called? If it's a random roll, because everyone keeps. What was the perks you had, Buster?
Surrounded, Assassin's Blade, and Honed Edge or whatever. The one that does extra damage at the cost of ammo.
Gotcha. Well, if that's the case, I mean, I can see how it could do some pretty stupid damage.
Yeah, dumb damage, really. But
no, like I said, I know nothing of Destiny right now. It's like I'm Jon Snow right now. I know nothing.
All right.
But
I know nothing.
I know nothing. But guys want to get into the TWAB at least?
There is no TWAB this week.
There's no TWAB this week? What the fuck?
Yeah, there's no TWAB.
Well, then there you go.
There is no cow level either.
That's a lie. There is a cow level.
There is. There's several cow levels.
No, that's right. It would make sense since it was fucking Christmas this week. See, it shows how much I've been paying attention to the Destiny universe right now. God damn it.
Yeah.
Hungry Edge. That's what it's called. Okay.
January the 10th will be the next TWAB.
Gotcha. Well, that's good. They need time with their families.
Exactly. I mean, it's not a bad thing. But yeah, all the community managers are basically staggering like their time off for the holidays, so there's always just going to be like at least one of them there. But yeah, like I said, that TWAB is just not a focus.
That's fine by me. It's
for like 2
it's a
weeks,
service. It's a
2-3 weeks.
That's all it is.
Yeah, for like 2-3 weeks out of the year, we won't have a TWAB.
Yeah, it's all right. We can.
Also, guys, if you want to know numbers, I have the numbers for the sword right now.
Okay.
If you're interested.
I'm interested.
Okay, just the blade itself without surrounded proccing. The melee, just the swipe, does 3,006 damage. The uppercut does a total of 6,834. I gotta look through. Thanks, Reddit. One thing you're good at is having numbers readily available. With surrounded proccing, it does 4,058 on a swipe and 9,224 with the uppercut. Because the uppercut's like one big swipe and then 3 ... In the Well of Radiance with surrounded active, the melee, just the swipe, does 5,478. The uppercut does 12,450. Man, this motherfucker did a lot of work. And then he broke down Hungry Edge, which does 3,865 damage, and the uppercut does 8,785. Honed Edge, which gives you a +5 to impact. The melee does 4,058, and the uppercut does 9,224. So I don't know what that means for bosses, but I do know the damage is gross when it's inside of a Well of Radiance. Thank you, Reddit. The one time your Cheeto finger having ass has helped.
You're welcome. But
see, I do now think that you guys are my inner personalities because I just went total Dez for a second. I'm disassociating. This isn't good.
I was gonna say he knows. All of a sudden, me and Dez drop off the call.
Yeah.
The truth is revealed.
That'd be fucked up if you guys did that. I'd trip out.
We are no longer needed.
Oh.
Execute plan. Echo Tango Bravo.
Yeah, hey, let me just tell you right now, because you said that was one of my biggest fears when I first got out of the military, that I was like a Manchurian candidate, that somebody would walk up to me and say something really weird and I would just activate and kill everybody. Like, for the longest time, because I got a lot of shots and a lot of weird shit happened.
Oh, man.
And they would just hit me with needles, not telling me what was in them, and I'm like, is this normal?
Am I supposed to turn orange?
Yeah. Hey, man.
No.
Why am I sore all over?
Okay. Shut up, Meg. Oh, man. Do you know that? Come on. You guys know that episode of Family Guy, right?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Yeah. That is definitely. Shut up, number 246.
Shut up, Meg.
But. No, man. I don't know. This has just been funny, man. It's been weird not gaming for this time. Like I'm playing. You know what I'm playing right now? I'm playing fucking gold version on my DS right now. That's my 3DS. I'm literally playing gold version, doing a complete go through right now, and I am. It's fun, man. It's fun, and it's funny how something so small and so simple, like those old Pokemon games, I can always just. For some reason, when there's nothing to do, I can just plug one of those little sons of bitches in, and I'm good. Like I am fully entertained, and I don't know why. It's like the childhood memories come back, and I'm like, I was even playing a red version probably a month ago, man. I remember when I got red version in 1997 or 1996, I think is when it came out. I still remember, dude. I got like a teal Game Boy, and they got red version. My brother got he had the clear purple Game Boy Color, and then he got blue version. And I've never to this day I've never lost a match to him. And remember when you had the link cables? You guys remember those? The link cables, and you could sit there and battle each other. Yeah, that was freaking all car rides. That's all we do. And he still, to this day, has never beaten me. Still to this day. So I will never lose to my brother in that regard. So I'm sure he's going to be listening to this right now. He can bring it. He can bring it anytime he wants. Come at me, son. I will never
lose to my brother.
I will never ever lose to you, regardless of anything. I know he still plays too. He's probably been training for a long time to beat me finally. Never going to happen, though. Never going to happen.
The only thing I will lose to my little brother in is soccer, because he's played since he was 3. And he knows that he will never beat me in martial arts stuff, because I've been, doing martial arts since I was 3. Basically, there was a divide is how I look at it. But
you took the martial arts road, and he took the sports road.
Yeah.
But what's it called? My brother is a gigantic human being. I've told you before. Kid's 6'6", 330 pounds. He's a monster. He's actually in our Discord. Subject fanatic. He's always on there. So give him a hard time whenever you see him, please.
Mm-hmm.
Just give him a hard time, because he definitely deserves it. But so he's very athletically gifted. Kid was an amazing baseball player, and a great basketball player. Yours truly was a football player who just bashed his head into fucking walls and shit, and countless concussions and stuff like that. But who knows? Buster, you know how that goes.
I do.
But it's one of those things, man. He has more talent. He has more talent in his little finger than I do in my entire body. He's just one of those kids that can always pick something up and just be amazing at it. And I'm eternally jealous of that. But fuck, man. It's weird because I feel like I haven't played in a lot longer than I have played, because I haven't been really watching any streams or anything like that. I haven't been, I did. Let's see, what did I? Oh no, last night was the Barely a Destiny show 100th episode. By the way, just want to congratulate them on getting to 100 episodes. That's really fucking cool. Good job, guys.
Also, Just Some Guardians is going to hit that as well.
We'll have to do something for FUD and those boys over there. But no, congratulations, guys. That's a nice achievement for you guys. Always been cool for Bads, man. Good guys over there. Mm-hmm. But that's honestly, I think that's like the only stuff I've like video game related that I've even like looked at this week. I have though been looking at a bunch of the Dragon Ball stuff. You guys been seeing any of that? Like, I know they've been like talking about like the new enemies and stuff like that, and they're talking about the movie. I've avoided every spoiler known to mankind when it comes to the movie, so I'm doing my best. I honestly want to do like a RNG, like I go to the Dragon Ball super Broly movie. I really want to go to it. It just be like I'm gonna wear the shirt and everything, and I'm gonna sit there and like I want to do like a review of it or something. I don't know, but I'm pumped for it, man. I think it looks like everyone's, from what I've heard, everyone likes it so far. I'm sure there's probably gonna be a few people who are pissed off about it, but I've never gone and seen like a movie in a movie theater for like a Dragon Ball or anime kind of movie, so I'm actually very, very excited about this. Nice. I think it's like January 16th or 20th or something like that when it comes out. I need to take a look, or maybe it's like the 19th. I could be off, but I think there's one theater around me that's playing it. So apparently it's smashing records in like Japan or something like that. I don't know how many. It's like $7 million apparently, which is a lot over there. I don't know.
Well, Dragon Ball in Japan it's Dragon Ball in Japan. So you could assume that it's making money it's going to make money hand over fist,
I think Goku was like for the Olympics, he was like one of the ambassadors they used, which I could totally see. That'd be a good ambassador to have, Goku, unless he starts wanting to fight everyone.
Congratulations, you won a gold medal. Now fight me.
Looks like you're pretty tough. Fight me. No, it's freaking dude, I don't know. I'm at like, God, now talking about this, it's making me like, I'm like itching my arm wanting to play video games.
Y'all got that Super Nintendo, baby?
Y'all got any of them Destiny over there? Oh God, man, dude, that's one thing, dude. I can always go back and watch old Chappelle Show episodes, and dude, they still just fucking crack me up, man. Oh my God. Tyrone Biggums is one of my favorite fucking characters. Just absolutely hilarious, man. Come on, the Fear Factor episode alone, it like.
I'm just gonna take a newspaper nap.
The worms. When he just sleeps on the worm. Okay.
Can you shut the light off?
My feet are strong.
I love that fucking show.
Dude, it's such, dude. It's so, like, I understand it better now because when it first came out, I was a lot younger. You know what I mean? We were a lot younger, but now that I'm watching it now, I appreciate it so much more. Dude, Chappelle is a fucking. When he went off on his whole thing where he just like disappeared forever, I was pretty pissed because that guy was one of probably, if not my favorite show on TV for a while.
It's the most disjointed RNG episode ever, and I'm in love with the idea of it.
Oh yeah, but it's like Christmas break. It's like the Christmas break, special, kind of thing. It's like we're gonna sit here and talk about pretty much everything on Destiny because no one really has any Destiny experience other than Buster right now.
Other than me, yeah.
Other than you grinding away, getting some nice drops, but I was gonna say spicy. I was gonna say spicy drops, but that would be fucking painful.
All right.
I'm a baker. Been getting that bread.
So no, yeah, like I pretty much decided to sacrifice a lot of Destiny time. I'm rather than playing Destiny like through the week, like it's probably going to become kind of a weekend / off jam. Because I'm definitely going to be keeping up more in like my Paladin's grind and hitting that up. Because like I said, I actually went through. At first, it's like, okay, 10 matches of ranked to get through my placements. All right, cool. Well, I hit gold in placement, so it gave me a skin. So I needed like 25 matches total to to get a special announcer pack, which is great because it's actually the voice of the woman that narrates their lore videos.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Dope.
It's pretty amazing. But and like keeping in touch with like the PTS to check out the 2.01 drop that's coming sometime in January. The official season 2 of Paladins will be starting. God, because there's just so much because they're having this PTS up. I think it's already been up for like 2 weeks, but yeah, it's just ridiculous. The amount of time they're giving this to basically like a bunch of people to find bugs and crap before release. And yeah, I've just been looking at that and looking at information, checking out the new champion coming out, and oh my god, it's just a lot to take in. But yeah, so through the week, like I'm probably going to be hopping into Paladins, like playing some ranked matches, because that and the overall like environment of Paladins ranked right now is so much better than what it used to be. The general population of players in ranked are much more intelligent than what they used to be.
Well, yeah, it's a fan base it's a player pool. The guys who have been probably pretty loyal, playing quite a bit. So I mean, if you keep playing, you're probably going to get better.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not just that. It's just, I mean, queuing up into anything in Paladins, you basically ran the risk of highly mismatched teams and misplaced teams. But through my 25 minimum ranked matches that I went through, I had one weird team comp. And that was just, yeah, I'm at 16 wins and 12 losses in ranked.
Okay.
Which is another just great achievement. I mean, the fact that I was actually even able to place gold. Because, I mean, normally the times I lost, actually there were a lot more close matches too, because there were very few times that just got utterly stomped. It happened though. I felt awful. Of course, I do now have my my top 3 champions that I play in ranked or try to get a hold of in ranked.
Can I guess them?
You could probably guess 2 of them easily. You might be able to guess all 3 of them actually.
I know Victor.
No.
Okay.
I was just about to say none of them are Victor though.
Saris?
Not in my top.
Okay.
She's still one of my favorites, but she's not in my ranked top.
Oh, okay. Ranked. Who you got? I want to hear.
Well, my basic top 2 that I really go for is Talus and Koga.
Oh, I should have known Talus. God damn it.
The only issue is, like, again, also with like the general population feel of ranked. Talus, Koga, Sky, Dredge, Terminus, between those 5, they're all like instant bans. So I have to, but of course I've been having very interesting times, like playing if I get first pick and I dedicate or decide the bans, I play interesting mind games with the other guy. Because it's like, okay, first thing I'm banning is Dredge. He's the new champion. He plays a lot like Junkrat. And it's just very easy for... He's an easy type that someone can like set in a spot and just like wreak havoc on you because he's like launching grenades onto a point and can be very successful at what he does just by standing at one point and just firing. So he's an instant ban for me. Yeah, so I'll ban him. Like the other guy used to ban Sky. All right, cool. I'll ban Terminus. Let's see who this guy bans. And it's usually either Koga or Talus. And if I get first pick, whoever he doesn't ban, I pick up. and then I show them why he should have banned the other person.
You definitely should have banned Talus. You should have banned the shit out of him.
But yeah, I have been learning Koga though, and it's fun. He's actually he's way more fun than I thought. Oh my god. I was playing him a very specific way with one talent, but that talent is gone, or will be gone in 2.01, so I've been getting used to his adrenaline junkie, and oh my god, using his dash like so much is amazing. And it's great getting into like these dash dances with Androxus. It's like a cat and mouse game.
I will ask, what's the frontline meta looking like?
Honestly, it hasn't really changed much. Like I said, Terminus is usually like the front line to get banned because of his self-result.
And now I rise.
Yeah. But I mean, it's a little. I mean, Khan gets picked very often, of course, because I mean his damage output can be a little ridiculous for a front line. But I mean, it's a lot of barracks, a lot of Nandos, very few Ruckuses.
Really?
Yeah. Which I mean, like I said, it's about the same as it was before. That hasn't changed too much. Like I said, Khan's pretty much a top pick. As long as they're not going for, Terminus's shenanigans. Yeah. It's so much easier to play like the good guy Phil role when everyone actually fills roles themselves.
What? When everyone does their job, it's easier?
Exactly. I mean, my decision making is like so much better because I don't have to worry about, it's like, oh God, we're missing a front line and a support and I'm the last pick. But yeah, so it's just been a very pleasant experience. Like I said, the fact that I actually placed gold with 100% solo queuing, by the way.
Well, that's impressive.
Yeah, if I could have gotten like a team together, I have no doubt I might have actually been able to place probably higher gold or plat at a minimum. But yeah, so I'm going to be playing this a whole lot more. Primarily because, as I mentioned last week, I'm going to be super in love in the skins in the next battle pass. They're like Gundam inspired, and it's great. I want to play through that battle pass, and I was actually able to get through all the skins. I actually hit level 50 on this battle pass, so I have like all the normal path stuff and pretty much all the unique skins except for the very uber special one at the very end, which is just a recolor of another skin. I'm doing it. I'm playing this more. It's happening.
Hey man, you could play whatever you like, and that's the great thing about it. There's that's that was like we were talking about earlier with Destiny, like me taking a little break from Destiny. Like I know it's not going anywhere. I know I got plenty of stuff to do. And I know that if I get a spare day, I'm going to be able to grind everything I want to grind, and I'll get right back into it. So that's why it's a good time because right now it's nothing too crazy going on. I mean, obviously what's it called? It just dropped, but it's nothing too over the top, I guess you could say. So yeah. I think right now is probably a really good time to do it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I pretty much decided to sacrifice Banner, and yeah, I could, like, if I would have gone through with it, I probably could be way closer to max power for Black Armory, but I'm close enough to do pretty much everything, like, comfortably, because then, like I said, my Hunter can hit like 640.
Oh yeah, man, you're way up there, man.
So yeah.
So you've done your playing. You've done your playing. You have earned the right to go play whatever the hell you want to play.
Yeah, I've done my grinding part, and like I'll definitely hop on like sometime to get to get the frames done and crap like that. But yeah, it's like just a majority of my spare. I got like 30 minutes to an hour to play. I'm probably gonna be hopping into ranked paladins for now.
That's how I am with New Vegas, or not New Vegas, 76. If I have like an hour, I'm just like, I'll just run around and collect shit.
Yeah, it's the thing. Like I said, I always like fun, like come back to this game and have a bunch of fun. Or actually, I was talking to my wife. It's freaking hilarious because they mentioned when Paladins released, like champions might be few and far between, or at least further between. And since release, they've added like 3 champions this year, with another one coming out in January.
Mm-hmm. Is that a lot? Is that a lot? I have no idea.
That's about, at least in 1 year, I think there's more than they've done through beta, possibly. I'm not 100% certain, but that may not even be this year. But since release, for sure, they've released like 2 or 3 champions within the last like 6 months, which might actually be more normal. But then again, they have been like expanding, so I mean, things are going to be coming. So normal for a year. So there's 10 and 11 in 2016, about 12 in 2017. Actually, yeah, so it has slowed down. Yeah, there's been 5 this year. With Imani coming out next year. So yeah, it hasn't slowed down. It's just, I don't know, for some reason it just felt like more. I just can't wait to see what they freaking, which I mean, understandably they're going to have to like take it slower because, I mean, eventually they might actually run out of ideas. I almost doubt it. Just because of what they have and what they're still able to come up with. Because, I mean, come on. Imani's going to be the 40th character in Paladins.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they have a whole world and lore to jump into, so I don't think they're going to slow. I don't think they're going to stop.
Yeah, and that's actually one of the big deals with 2.01 is the lore and story is actually going to be ramped up even more.
Nice.
Starting in 2.01. So
I didn't even know like those games had like lore, like story. I thought they were just like jump in, fucking slay a bunch of people. Like,
yeah, Paladins did have a lore before like their set lore, but it was very like not present in game. It wasn't what they were focusing on during the beta. So it pretty much was up until like what was the Siege of Ascension peak. In the late days of the beta, which was just before Con was released. Yeah, this year basically they've been ramping up like the lore and story. Like usually the events that they've been introducing have like a backstory to it on a reason why it's happening. But yeah, like every champion like has a purpose. Hilariously, I even found out Dredge will be serving something, or has served something of a fairly large part of the story, because from my understanding, the Dragon's Call event that happened when we were trying to get into, or when the two sides were trying to get into the Dragon's Vault to recover the dragon magic relic, Dredge like snuck in, stole it on a ship, pretty much had like a shipwreck or something, or put it in his treasure cove, had like a shipwreck, and now he's taken over by the Abyss, which is the same force/entity that Ceres is under the control of, which actually hilariously is neither of the good or the bad guys.
Just sort of entropy.
Yeah, I mean, it's an evil force, sure, but it's like, because when they first came out with the initial lore, it's like, oh, it's Magistrate versus Paladins. And then they came out with like actual lore and backstory for, official for each character. And then you find out not everyone's Paladin's a Magistrate. And it seems like they're diving into that even more.
Okay.
Because, Imani, like, she recovered her gauntlets from Dredge's vault, and she's not listed as working with anyone. So it's going to be interesting to see where everything lies. But yeah, it's like I said, how can I bypass like Gundam inspired freaking skins and voice packs and the new announcer in the battle pass? It's called High Command, and it's that kind of like over the radio like leader figure. And one of its lines is this the power of the battle suits? It's like, oh god, it's so Gundam, it hurts.
It hurts so good.
Yeah, so I'm definitely at least gonna have to go through the first 50 levels of that battle pass.
Oh yeah, it's only 50 levels.
Well, it's 50 levels the first time around.
Yeah, and then you got to double back, right?
Yeah, because they introduced that in the remix battle pass that is ending soon. Because they've been having issues like figuring out the levels and its rewards, basically. Because at first it was like, oh, here's 50 levels, and then people finished it fast, and they're like, well, here's 75 levels. Here's like 60 levels to go through. Actually, I say that, but yeah, it was 50, and then it was 75, and this battle passes actually went back to 50 at base, but people did wow. how many times can you say like back to back? But so people enjoyed the extra climb after like the initial here's what you get. It's like in the remix battle pass, like most of your stuff and unlockables happens in the first 50. But then the second 50 is pretty much a bunch of like gems and boosters, a couple more chests. And then at the very end is a recolor of one skin that is available in this battle pass. The Strix skin, which actually you get, it's like a base level 1. You buy the battle pass, you get this awesome Strix skin that makes him look like he's a member of Daft Punk, essentially.
Oh.
Yeah, it's great. But the recolor, it has him in a white suit, so the recolor has him in a black suit. But yeah, it's I love the remix skins too.
I admittedly haven't been giving paladins the attention deserves or needs.
Now, guys, I know it's going to come as a shock, but I have not been giving paladins the time it needs either. Just saying.
Oh wow, man! You were knuckles deep in paladins. Like you were so into paladins.
Dude, I was lost for a while there in paladins. I mean, I was so lost I didn't even talk about it. I mean, I just.
You were so lost that whenever we talked about it, you would just shut off.
Exactly. I'm of course not. I'm not reading an article on my phone.
So if you ever want to at least give it a shot, we'll drag you through.
Of course not reading an article. You guys know my feel. You know my feelings on paladins. I am. It's all for you guys. I am fully supportive of that, but I can't do it. I've got too much shit going on, and if it turns into a game that I become addicted to, I don't want it to take away from like Destiny or I don't know my children
or life. Or maybe marriage, kind of thing.
Exactly, those kind of things. So I can't.
That old chestnut.
Exactly. Can't.
The mechanics.
My wife would.
But the mechanics and stuff are definitely deep enough to where it has potential for you to take up more of your time than you realize. Like, especially looking up, it's the loadout system that does it, and it's the talents. It's because it depends, like, what champion is good in what situations, what's the thing to look for in the loadouts? There's, like, at least 2 different sites, one of which is definitely still currently updated, to where people can share loadouts, so you can actually net deck your loadout, and...
Interesting.
Yeah, it has that potential to have depth.
Well, it has an interesting loadout system as well. Fallout 76.
I still don't know.
Yeah.
Special system in 76 though. Every way the perks work.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can use this perk if you can open a pack and get it to drop for you. I don't know.
I have not gotten there that far.
Yeah, that's like my biggest, like, not really even concern or even dislike. It's just that's like the one thing. It's like, that's like my one thing that I'm not super stoked about for 76 is just the fact that instead of having like a progression system to where you can unlock perks or things to use, it's totally RNG. Like you level up, you get a perk pack. Maybe the perk you want is in there.
Also, when you up a special, you get a card every time.
Yeah. But you can only up a special up to level 50.
I know. Yeah. And then you can respec, I get it.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to change. I think they're going to change that.
I hope, because that's like the least exciting part about like 76 is just the entire.
Because I've seen guys at like level 90, and I'm like, oh man, you were just.
Well, I mean, sir. Yeah, one of the trophies is hit level 100.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand why it's like. I mean, I get like the special cutoff. I just don't understand why it's so low at 50.
Yeah.
I mean, which I mean, fair enough, I guess, but I don't know. This seems weird.
But yeah, guys, I mean, that's like our our week in gaming. I mean, do we have some questions, don't we? Do we have some topics, questions from? I know we should have something there. I think I saw something.
We've had a suggestion of community days, like I guess getting together as a community and playing. Because we asked in our Discord, pinned to the top of the Twitter at the RNGCast on Twitter, what they would like to see what people would like to see from us. We heard you loud and clear. More community guests. We're working on that. It's kind of hard to do it in the holiday season.
And of course, Buster's going to hear that one.
Yeah, of course, I'm going to hear that one.
Yeah, like game nights, which Average Joe. If our schedules were more lined up, that would be fantastic.
Hey, every night I play is game night. All right, goddammit. If you see me on, and usually that means if I'm on, the wife's with me. Feel free, folks. It's an open party, open fire team, open party. You are more than welcome to join me. Hell, I'll even stream it. Whatever. I don't care.
I know. I mean, you see Grill on. It's like you hop in, and that's an instant 3-man fire team right there. You can do whatever you want.
Exactly. You can literally do most things. That's how Des just randomly appears in our fire team. We'll be going along, and all of a sudden it's like, hello. and there is Des.
A random Des appears. Yeah, I think I'm the wild card in the whole, because I work overnight.
What do you choose to do?
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said,
when you randomly appear, that's a big deal.
Yeah. But if our schedules were more lined up, we would definitely have. I feel by now we would probably definitely have like more like community game nights and such, and things of that nature. Which Average Joe, member of Same 14 Project. The name left me for a hot second. I'm sorry, but which occasionally have their own game nights, and it was like super fun because I joined in for their Friday the 13th game night, and oh my god, was that game like hilariously fun. Spoiler alert, Jason always killed everyone.
It's kind of the movie itself too.
Exactly. I mean, it was true. And let me say,
that's the most accurate spoiler alert I've ever heard.
And it like the experience of that game is actually like true to like a Friday the 13th movie too. So you're just going along, you like turn a corner, it's like Jason's like, "What's up?" And you're like, "Oh crap."
Are you under the bed? Yep.
Yeah.
They pull you out and smash you against a tree in a sleeping bag.
It's
That sounds so terrible.
Yeah, it's awful because you have these objectives you can do. You're like just looking through houses, and then all of a sudden you're communicating. It's like, "Oh crap, I got the keys. Has anybody seen a car? Oh, you got a battery? Cool. Let's drag it over here. Let's get this. Oh my god, where's this? Where's part B? Oh my god, this is only a 2-seater. Like, I'm sorry, it like I think it was like, I can't remember who it was. It was me and someone else, and I'm like, "Oh my god, this is a 2-seater." Like, anybody else? If anybody else is alive, I'm sorry, but if we get this working, we're gone.
To quote me, we're out.
Yeah,
like, exactly. You better hang on, bitch. You better hang on, because we're not waiting for you.
It was great.
You better hope for the best.
But you guys know this. We want to play with as many people as humanly possible, but it is, with our schedule, with me being West Coast and being on usually, well, actually when Des is usually about halfway through his gameplay, we're getting on, but and Buster, you're working all the time, so we get it there. It's just one of those things, man. I want to get I want to get a raid eventually. That's really what I want, especially with like Scourge of the Past. I've heard how fast you can get through it. Like, I think that would be a good something for us to get together. We could get like some community people, and obviously we have the 3 of us. Aaron will be there, so we can squeeze 2 people in, no problem. We just have to figure it all out and find time to do it. But damn well we love playing with you guys.
Do you guys have a me-shaped Bjorn to carry me? Because It'll be interesting.
A Buster instead of the Baby Bjorn.
Yeah, the Buster Bjorn. Yeah. Trademark.
Oh man, no. Yeah, exactly. The Buster Bjorn. Those things are fucking expensive, man.
Yeah.
We just bought one. Those goddamn baby carriers, motherfucking thing's $130.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
For one, because and they know that, because like for most of them, they all where the kid is facing towards like your chest area. That's where they usually have the kid facing. Well, if you want one that faces out or does both, that's the one. That's where you get the huge price hike. Like you could buy the normal one for like $40 that's just like kid facing toward you. But if you want your kid facing out to where the kid can actually see something, no, that's going to be $140. Mm. It's just, dude, kid stuff in general is such a fucking racket, man. I swear to God. Like, especially because we're having to buy a lot of brand new stuff for a little girl. Because I have nothing but little boy stuff. So buying new stuff for a little girl is just, you realize really quick what you don't need and what you do need. Like, and that's the good thing about being like a, 4-time parent for me. It's just like, you learn really quick what you don't need and what you do need, and what you spend on that bullshit that I just do not need. Never, like baby wipe warmer. Like I wasted like $75 on one of those sons of bitches for my first son, and yeah, that was a fucking waste of money. I should have used it to like, I don't know, like as a crock pot or something like that, because that's pretty much the use I would have gotten out of it. But I mean, it's like anything. I guess you can you can always find a way to get a little more streamlined, a little more efficient when you're buying stuff. But good Lord, that's a fucking racket.
I've seen recently that, like Keurigs, like the, put the coffee pot in, set it, punch a button, walk away. I saw one that's a Keurig for baby bottles. You load the formula in and press the button. Or, hear me out here, people. You can just put the fucking the water in the goddamn microwave, like most people do, for like 15 seconds, and then do it. Like, I mean, if you have the money, sure, whatever. I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money,
dude. But if it's just
income.
that's dumb. That's disposable income. That's all it does. It's make formula. It doesn't make coffee too.
It doesn't even make coffee?
No, it just makes formula.
Oh, that's fucking terrible. That's some, this is what happened now. I'm going to call her right now. This is what happened at Keurig. So, obviously, the water doesn't come out as hot as the coffee water. It comes out very, exactly. Some motherfucker made the design for a Keurig, and it came out, and it couldn't get the water hot enough. So, some son of a bitch had that design laying around the old floor, and they said, hey, wait a minute, what needs warm water but not hot water? Well, baby bottles. Let's put formula inside of a Keurig thing and then make formula. I guarantee that's how it happened, because no one goes out thinking about that shit. I'm sorry, no one goes out thinking about that shit.
I don't know, there's probably somebody like, not like, stereotype or anything, but somewhere like probably out in like California, some rich piece of crap's like, what would be awesome? A Keurig for my baby.
It's called the Baby Breeza. It's on sale on Amazon for $142.99.
Oh, Baby Breeza. Oh yeah, I got one of those. No. Yeah, fuck that.
$142.
I swear to God.
Yeah.
$142. Do you know how much fucking everything like how many
you could just buy formula with that too, right?
Dude, I know.
I get a whole bunch of formula.
Dude, we stopped doing warm. Honestly, I just can't believe how that's like laziness is definitely the father of invention, man. It's not necessity, because everyone's necessity is the for invention. No, it's laziness. Laziness is the creative juices behind a lot of the stuff, man. Because I just like kid stuff. You realize just how much worthless garbage they throw out there, and then they make you feel like you're a bad parent if you don't buy that shit. Like it is just if you don't buy certain things, like it's like you're looked down upon kind of thing. It's just like, Christ, man. That's a racket. Going through 4 kids, you can imagine how much money I've spent on all this shit. And it is, the funny thing is, car seats, like, we went from, like, the most expensive, like, protective, most amazing thing you can buy for, like, my first 2 my first 2 boys, and then the last 2 kids, we've just, like, you know what? Really don't need all the bells and whistles.
And duct tape?
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's where, like it's gonna be like when we were kids, and it was just like mom's arm. That was your,
Dad, my seatbelt don't work. Hold on tight. What?
Hold on. Just get it real low. Hold on tight, man.
Like flying Delta. This seat doesn't have a seatbelt. You're fine.
Dude, okay.
You got the zip
I got a story.
Next to you.
I got a story about this shit. So so when on our honeymoon, we were lucky enough, we decided to go to Spain. It was a big fucking deal, really cool, really awesome. We saved a bunch of money for it, and we went to Spain. Well, then when we were flying over there, and we flew over there, and we're talking to some people, they were talking about the different airlines they have over there. There's an airline over there that we found out that fucking they are experimenting with standing up flights like a fucking bus or like a subway, where you hold on to like a strap and you're standing up the entire flight. I forgot and they're standing up the entire flight, and you have to like pay to use the bathroom and pay to like get water. Like apparently it's like the cheapest flight you can fly. I forgot the name, but I wish I could remember the name.
Hydrox Airlines? Is that what they are? Because that's what it sounds like.
Dude, I imagine if you had to go and you like didn't have any money, I would just shit on the floor. Like, I would just straight shit on the floor if I had to. Like, find a bag and I would just go, because that's one thing I just never understood about like people. Like, I hate when like people charge. You ever seen like a bathroom where they fucking like charge you to get in, or they like want you to like pay a quarter or something? You guys ever seen that? Mm-hmm. Oh my fucking god, dude. Like, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard, man. I get the fact that people make a mess. Guess what? If you're a public business, someone's gonna make a goddamn mess. Working retail for as long as I did early on, yeah, you see some nasty, just deplorable shit in bathrooms. But guess what? It's a bathroom. It's common courtesy. Have one open. I swear to God, if there was an airline, like all of a sudden, like you're flying in, like, you get some of those, and you get the bubble guts or something like that. Yeah, could you imagine that? Oh, like, someone get this man a quarter. Like, I just, man, people, the extent people go to make a fucking like nickel and dime, it just astounds me.
Yeah, all right.
It astounds me, man. The way the world has gone now, it's just everyone's trying to make a nickel and dime on everything, and I just, oh god. Like I said, with my daughter, we're having to buy new stuff, but we're not having to buy stupid stuff, I guess you could say. Yeah. That's where we're at right now. But dude, she is such a little angel, man. She is so much better than my boys. I love them. I love my boys so much, and I love them. They're each in their own special way. They're amazing. They are my little clones. They're just like me. Unfortunately, fortunately, I don't know if that is, but they are amazing boys. But my daughter, she owns me like no one has ever owned me. She owns me more than my wife owns me. Like, it is like she just, dude. Okay, she did this thing yesterday where I was getting her out of the car, and like she was asleep, but I kind of like moved her blanket and like opened up her little shade thing on her car seat. And I looked at her, and then she just smiled. She just started smiling for no reason. She heard my voice and started smiling, and it like literally like it hit me like a hammer. I was like, dude, this is amazing. Like, she's like, the problem is, dude, when she gets older, I am so fucked. I am so fucked. I'm never gonna have cash in my wallet. I'm just gonna tell my wife, just take all my cash, please. Take all my cash. So I don't give it to her, because I'm just gonna give it to her.
Like, hold this or else.
You take it. Why?
Drive
You can say no to her. Why?
It's going to be some
powers.
You can. she has the power. Exactly. And the thing is that she, the boys are going to drive some fucking bucket. That's going to be their first. That's going to be their first cars. So you're going to be some bucket cars, just like I had, just like my wife had. But she's going to have a nice car. she'll probably have a very nice, safe car. Like it's bad.
The boys are going to be like, Dad, what's up? It's not that I love her more. It's just that I have to make sure she's safe.
It's one of those situations like,
you
guys are boys. I don't have a favorite child. I don't. Promise.
I don't have it's not a favorite child thing. It's like I tell my wife, I love all my kids differently. Like I love all of them differently in their own special way. They all do things differently. None of them are alike. And I can honestly say that the way they act there, none of my boys are alike. They're all different. They all do like and say different things. But I love her differently. It's just it's a different kind of love, man. And it is crazy. Especially around the holidays and everyone getting to see her, they're just like, "Oh, she owns you, huh?" I go, "Yep, she does." But when it comes to like little girly stuff, like I'm gonna be the big dude when the kid hands you, she wants you to have a little tea party. Like I'm gonna have a little tea party with her.
You're goddamn right.
Like I'm gonna
strap up and have a tea party. Pinkies out like a gentleman. Like, goddamn it.
But I'm gonna have the same thing. Like it's gonna be like I guarantee you, there's gonna be a princess hat on my head at some point. There will be like everything pink in the world. Like, I know this is going to happen. I know my personality, and I'm going to I do everything for my boys, but my daughter, it's going to be a whole nother. The thing is, my wife is like that with my boys. My wife is like so attached to my children, my boys. They are just like her everything. They are like, she's so in tune with them, especially like my 4-year-old dude. My 4-year-old, oh my god, he is such a pain in the ass because he's too damn smart. He's just such a pain in the ass. He remembers everything. He remembers shit that I don't remember. He remembers shit from that I said to him a month ago. And I'm just like, dude, where do you remember that?
Like, Dad, you remember when you said we were going to go get ice cream? If I was good, well, I was good. Could we go get ice cream? You're like, when the fuck did I say that? April 27th, last year, you said if I was a good boy, we would get ice cream. Yes, I know it was last year, but I was a good boy yesterday. What's up with that ice cream?
No, but he always seems to conveniently forget that, like, when he loses TV for the night, because I give him, like, they get 30 minutes of, like, he always conveniently, he's like, oh, Daddy, you remember that? Oh, no, I'm a good boy now. Like, he's freaking, dude, I could go on and talk about my kids forever, but no one wants to listen to that.
All right, guys, real quick, my hard out has approached. I have to get going. The missus was called into work. She has to go into work 3 hours early. I just want to say, I was talking to Double G a little bit about this. I'll put this out there now. For the last couple of weeks, I've been having a really rough go of life. I was thinking about stepping away from the podcast for a little bit. I have decided not to, because of you guys, Des and Double G. Oh man, holy shit! Ooh,
brother, you know there's no way in fucking hell I would let you walk away from this for even for a small amount of time. You are my podcast brother, but honestly, you're my brother. You're my brother. Like, honestly, if you came out to California, you needed a place to stay, you'd have a room in my home.
Yeah, and that goes for you guys too.
Oh, indeed.
You know we are here. You know we are here.
I'm not going to say what was said, but I sent you both messages around Christmas time, and it was what you guys said to me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to say what each of you said, but it meant a lot. So thank you guys,
dude. Come on, you know where I stand. You know where I stand. I'm not going to say anything other than that.
I do not know, however, if I hang up the call, will the recorder stop if I hang up because I started the recording?
If you do, I can pick it back up. hang on. I finally figured out my problem on recording calls as well. Oh, why I wasn't. I was on the wrong screen before. Okay. So, hey. But yeah, I can actually pick it back up.
All right, guys. So I'll give my plugs.
All right, brother.
And if you continue on, you can find me on Twitter, BusterKnuckle13, BusterKnuckle13. You can find me on PlayStation, BusterLister113. You guys know the plugs for the rest. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what 2019 has for us. Everyone listening, thank you so much for listening. You guys are the reason we do this. And with that being said, I'm out. I love you guys.
Love you too, man. Love you too, brother. Have a good one.
See you later.
No way. Let him go away.
Oh, no.
But, dude, okay. So, let's go. Have you seen any of the Dragon Ball stuff? Have you looked at any of the Dragon Ball stuff?
I have not. Honestly, I have not seen. I also have not gone out looking for.
I haven't looked at anything. It's just like, Facebook posts, like people like posting like they're talking about like a lot of people. I'm in a lot of groups for it, and they talk about like the manga and everything going on. Dude, this next arc looks pretty interesting.
Yeah.
The next
I heard about
arc.
That.
It's got like this. I mean, what? Okay, I want you to just predict what the new enemy, what's going to happen. Like what? Let me guess. Just take a guess of what the new enemy like. What's he going to be like? Just take a guess. Just think Dragon Ball. Just think Dragon Ball, and you're good.
Oh God!
Just think.
I don't know.
Okay.
See, that's the thing, because it's Dragon Ball, and the only thing I know that I read of was the fact that the manga glossed over the Broly movie, which is understandable because he kept writing it and it wasn't released yet, and it was they only covered from what I hear 2 pages of a manga chapter was the Broly arc movie. Oh, Christ, I don't even... See, that's the thing, I can't anymore.
Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, it's just a terrifyingly powerful enemy that has been released. That's all I got to say. Uh-huh. So, Ki Majin Buu, and think along the lines of that, I guess you could say. He's apparently...
Yeah, because isn't Majin Buu asleep right now in the manga?
Yeah, yes, he's...
Okay, I did hear that, but...
He's asleep, and it's based off of the Intergalactic Police, or whatever the fuck they're called.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah, I read about that. Yeah. I did actually read about that.
It's very interesting. This apparently... this doesn't count as spoilers, because this shit's in the basic titles of everything. He's an ultra powerful goat-looking motherfucker. He looks like a giant goat.
Yeah, it looks like Baphomet or the classical Satan design.
Yeah, exactly. And he devours planets. He devours planets and steals their life force.
Yeah.
That you think about the Z fighters are all power of light and everything like that. Give me your energy, give me your power. Well, this guy's the opposite. He's taking everything. So
this kind of like Turles from the Tree of Might.
Yeah. I definitely can. Yeah, this will be interesting, man. This will be really. It's a good direction for them to move, because a lot of everything has been happening. A lot of stuff happens on Earth, obviously, but this is going to be taking place out in the galaxy, which is cool. I'm fine with that. I'm interested because the way it seems like even the way they're showing stuff, that even Beerus is afraid of this guy. That's apparent. Yeah, that's what I've seen. I've seen multiple little snippets. So if that's the case, but hey, come on, what else is Dragon Ball? You need to have a terrifyingly powerful bad guy who no one knows how to beat. So we're gonna see what happens.
it was also legitimately only a matter of time before they got to an enemy where that actually makes Beerus squirm. I mean, let's just face it, it's Dragon Ball.
Yeah, because there's only two people that make Beerus squirm, and that's Zeno and Grand Priest, and that's it. Those are the only two I've ever seen make Beerus squirm.
We should, but that's more of like a friend relationship. So he doesn't
it's like a
squirm around.
Like student mentor kind of thing.
Exactly. I mean, it's like, even back in the day, it kind of reminds me of like the relationship like Goku had with Roshi when he was like, super young. It's like, even though Roshi could beat him at the time, it was a very like friendly relationship. But yeah, I did hear about that. And I will say one thing I will say about the plot. Other than the fact that it's like GT 2.0.
100%. Hey, all I'm saying is
I mean,
GT. I've rewatched a little GT.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as people say, man.
No, it's not.
It's not. It's not as bad as people say.
And the hilarious thing is the worst part of it, which is like the slower, like, they're traveling across the galaxy to like find these new Dragon Balls and the new Dragon Balls, and the fact that Goku becomes a kid. All of that was Akira Toriyama's idea.
Oh yeah, that was the part that everyone always got frustrated about.
And like the cool part where it started to ramp up, where they go back to Earth and start fighting Baby, and like after Baby, like as far as I understand, like pretty much Akira Toriyama's plot kind of stopped at Baby, I think.
Dude, Baby was a badass villain.
Yeah, he was.
Like, dude, he looked badass when he takes over. GT spoilers here. When he takes over Vegeta, he fucking looks badass.
He does.
He looks badass.
I like Baby Vegeta. But yeah, like I said, hilariously, all that was the character, and I find it hilarious that he's going back that way. But like I said, one thing I will say is the fact that Goku and Vegeta become Intergalactic Patrol.
Yeah, they become cops.
Yeah,
it's cops. Cop. They just need to get mustaches. They need to get mustaches and then drive around in a what's it called? Drive around a Ferrari or something like that, like Magnum PI.
I know, which is actually anher good GT reference, because if you remember that for like the very first episode, Vegeta had a mustache.
Vegeta's mustache, it made him look so
pimpin'.
old. No, it made him look so old though, and he had the shorter haircut. He doesn't have the big haircut. Yeah. Oh man, he doesn't have the big pointy hair. He has like the flat top going.
Right.
Oh my god, man.
But yeah, I can't. Because a lot of my time I went back to like check out anime, which also report on that. I am actually fully caught up with those.
Nice.
So I'm like just waiting on like new releases to watch. So like Fairy Tail and Naruto are like my weekly new release anime.
That's always the worst, man. It's always the worst, and it's always like it's the best when it gets released and you finally get it. But then once you're done, you're like, "Fuck! I have to wait another week until something comes out." Tournament of Power going on like every single week, waiting for the Tournament of Power to come out with a new episode. I was like, especially when like Ultra Instinct came out and stuff like that. It's just like you need to give me more. I need more. Like that's always the worst, man. When you like want to just consume and like that's why watching old anime is kind of refreshing, because if you've never seen it before, especially for me, I'm a novice when it comes to it. Watching the old anime, be able to binge watch like 50 episodes a week, like just something crazy. Like I don't know, I go on like tangents like that where I'm just like I remember when I did a rewatch of like all Dragon Ball Z, dude. I don't think it took me very long to get through all of those episodes, and I even watched the filler. I even watched the filler episodes and everything else too. I watched everything because I'd never really truly gone through it in order. I'd always kind of done it like, honestly, whatever Toonami had on, that was what I was watching. So for me, it was good to kind of get through it, and it gave me a lot more information. I got a lot more out of it, but it's no, man. There's a lot going to be coming out too, as far as like what I like in anime coming out. Because I mean, obviously you've got the Broly movie, you've got the new arc, Super coming out, going to be coming out. You've got new My Hero Academia coming out. You've got, apparently it's looking like towards the midpoint of the year.
Okay,
is what I'm hearing, but I don't know, man. It's a confusion for timelines as far as when they're going to bring stuff out, because they're not like people dedicated to following it as like like a Dragon Ball, obviously, where like every little tidbit of anything, boxes of like whatever, like some Japanese like product, all of a sudden like Vegeta will show up on there and they're like, oh, look at this form of Vegeta. It's like, am I back?
There you go. Yes, there you go.
Okay, I told everyone early on that my internet here can barely run my phone.
Yeah.
This internet up here is like, it's all like satellite internet, so it is extremely slow. And it's like that. That's why we don't bring the gaming systems up here, because if you tried to play a PlayStation 4 on this internet, you would just be You'd be Darth Redbar. You would get reported so fast.
Exactly. I can only imagine trying to play a game if it can barely chug along with Skype.
Oh yeah, it's like I keep getting these little messages like weak signal. I'm like, oh, don't do it to me. That's the first time I've cut out like really bad. Hopefully I don't sound terrible, but I'll probably sound like a robot when we're coming through this. But
probably. But at the same time, I'll have a warning, so it'll be fine. Extenuating circumstances, it's fine.
So do we have any questions before? I don't want to like forget something.
I know we might have something that we didn't touch on before.
I'm sure Stripes put something in here that we can, some really long question that we have to read over.
Well, I know. As far as like a really long question goes, we did have the one on our Death Battle channel that you subscribed into our topics that we still haven't really covered. For those that don't know, we do have a Death Battle discussion channel. And one very interesting one that Stripes had brought up and kind of re-brought up was Beerus versus a Guardian Fire team.
Ooh, yeah, that did spark some conversation for sure.
I know, right? Like it was a very interesting like thought exercise, essentially. I mean, we've never really faced anything as of yet that had even an inkling of the power that Beerus would contain.
Yeah, because if you think about it, even with Oryx using like his ultimate, his weapon, like he was able to wipe out a fleet, but Beerus could do that with a flick of his finger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he could just Hakai and just like destroy a freaking entire fleet. Like and the other thing is we have never fought something truly Guardian size. I mean, even Beerus is smaller than a Guardian. Beerus actually isn't that tall. So I mean,
it's shorter than Vegeta.
Yeah, I was just gonna say his fucking ears are half his height. It's interesting because you never think about that. And plus, like you brought it up, how like bullets, there's no travel time. So I mean, as far as Guardian bullets, if you're going off of pure, I'm coming from this. We're trying to come from a Destiny standpoint.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you're talking about you're coming. How do you fight and shoot something that small? My first and foremost, like I would think you would have to have you. And the problem is that he can just dart in and out of that bubble, though, right?
Exactly.
So you'd have to have like a Saint 14 bubble on. You'd have to have a Saint 14 bubble on to blind him. So if he ever came into it. And then you'd have to have a bubble chain. Like I really think that, because otherwise he's just gonna fucking slaughter you. Like he's just gonna fucking slaughter you. So, but other than that, like I don't know how you. Like I feel like when you shoot like a Slova bomb, you are pretty much shooting a Hakai anyway. So it's like,
right.
But I don't know. I don't know how you combat it, man. Like I don't know. I'm trying to.
It's like just from the basis of like Dragon Ball, he almost has an answer to everything we can do. Because like, oh, here comes Slova Bomb. Yeah, but they can be
just move out of the way.
Well, I mean, they can be destroyed with projectiles. So one good key blast and it's popped. I mean, knives, like I said, within the confines of like Destiny mechanics and universe, knives have an issue tracking smaller targets.
And he's a smaller target that moves extremely fast. And he moves very fast. That's the other thing. Like, his ability, like, he's teleporting pretty much all around the entire map. Even if you have him in a confined space, somehow you were able to keep him in a confined space in, like, a raid setting. How are you going to get him to hold still long enough to even do damage on him? I mean, you'd have to hit him. I see him I see shooting a Gallhorn shot at him and him just like grabbing the missile and it just disappearing. You know what I mean? Like, couldn't you see that happening? Like, just super overpowered. The only thing I can see doing anything is oh my god, the freaking. See, this is what happens when I get away from Destiny for 8 days. The laser, freaking, what's it called? No, I'm talking Sleeper. About weapon-wise. Yeah, Sleeper Simulant. That would be the only thing, I mean, fast enough to, like, over-penetrate, I guess, but I don't know if it's going to even damage him. So, I mean...
Actually, there might be a suppression nade.
Okay, but we don't know how the suppression nade is going to work on him. I guess it could work. Maybe the suppression nade could.
I mean, suppression abilities, like the suppression nade, like a tether, which... Tether's a little different, but I mean, suppression aid has been known to take away enemy abilities like the Fallen's, teleports and
100% agree with that. But I mean, Beerus is also insanely trained at hand-to-hand combat, and we are not. And we are not. We can punch, we punch like we could punch, but he's gonna fucking 1,000-point combo us real quick.
I mean, that's the thing. Because even if the suppression nade, I mean, because that's basically our chance, is if a suppression nade can essentially disrupt his key flow enough to ground him. Yeah, like tractor cannon. Actually, a tractor cannon might be a really good idea because that would also debuff him. But you're still dealing with like his incredible durability.
Oof. Yeah, exactly. This guy can take full-on blast from Goku in Super Saiyan God form, So it's like, I just don't know how we win. We are paracausal beings. We are paracausal beings, and we can come back to life. As being Beerus, as being a destroyer, he does go just from place to place and destroy things. All of a sudden he just have happened upon us in a fire team. We're out. Doing we just finished a raid or something. I guess you could set the scene. And, all of a sudden we've got, we run into Beerus and Whis kind of thing. That's the only thing I could do. I'm like imagining this in my head right now. And this sounds so interesting. This sounds so interesting right now.
This planet will be destroyed. Not on our watch.
Exactly.
Now, also, basically by death battle rules, though, also, like, just in general, like I said, there's possibility, because, like I said, a raid setup would basically be the better way, or the best chance to have against Beerus, because you're probably going to have a Bubble Titan, you're probably going to have a Hammer Titan, Celestial Nighthawk, Golden Gun on the Hunter, which I believe Golden Gun will probably be the most apt choice.
Celestial Nighthawk.
I feel an Arc Strider would also be a decent choice, or either that or a Tether. Probably a Tether. But then again, his speed.
His speed, yeah, you'd have to. No, what you do is use not the one tether. You use the old tether where you shoot.
Yeah.
And you shoot. Where remember you used to be able to shoot and it stick, and the little traps were waiting and stuff like that. You used to be able to set it up. Set it in Oryx. You used to be able to set up all the ogres. You could sit there and you could shoot. I mean, you'd have to shoot them all around and just hope to God that he kind of trips one off. But
see, as far as warlocks go, because I'm basically envisioning this as like 2, 2, and 2. I mean, essentially, probably Chaos Reach. Maybe either Chaos Reach and Slova Bomb, but I do feel like a Well of Radiance. So, like I said, a post-raid setting, a Well of Radiance will be there. Oh, Christ. Maybe Nova Warp. Might be.
I know, man. It's just, Nova Warp, you're moving like the way he works, and you're doing that blast, and that blast is a decent radius, but my God, man, this would be a fucking, I don't know how.
Like I said, the possibility is there, but again, like I said, by death battle rules, I mean, we are paracausal, we'll definitely be able to constantly like come back with our ghost power, which will be curious because even Hakai, I mean, we can overcome Hakai.
I think we could. I agree.
If our bodies are vaporized, ghosts just like we'll make another one, essentially. I mean, that's the paracausality of Guardians. But our glaring weakness, Beerus will see. I have a feeling. You destroy the ghost, you destroy the Guardian.
Yeah. I was just going to say, if fucking the stupid-ass Barons can figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, it's the thing, it's like, this little thing is bringing him back to life. Hakai.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just like instant transfer, grab it, make it disappear.
Exactly.
Like that's where the Guardian would fall short. Like the funny thing is, you think about it, like a Guardian, like a Warlock going, Sunsinger is kind of like going, like Super Saiyan.
Yeah, no, right.
Like, I was thinking about that. I don't know why I was thinking about that, but like you totally go like that. And so if you equate it to that, all your abilities and everything recharging faster and everything like that, you still don't have a chance because Super Saiyan alone, the only person Super Saiyan would be Vegeta when he was in Super Saiyan Rage after Beerus slapped Bulma. That's the only time he was able to land any.
Bulma!
Exactly. He was the only person ever to land a clean blow on Beerus in Super Saiyan form and actually do something because Goku in Super Saiyan 3 got knocked out by one flick.
Right. But yeah, I feel because Stripes does bring up the good point, like in the Death Battle channel, I think even in topics, he's going on to the assumption that of course we can, possibly grind up to that power, which I'm definitely taking that into the equation. But like I said, at the same time, even with that, I still feel Beerus has the easier fight here, even if it's 6-on-1 and we're at least powerful enough to hurt him. I still feel he's like I said that he's got the advantage.
I just see this as the total, like, anime cliche of, like, oh, we have numbers on you. We're going to, we've got you. You're surrounded. And then, Beerus just, like, teleporting around and all of a sudden, like, and then he just reappears back and then we all are all dead. And then
Right.
freaking, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like that's how this goes. Like, I don't know. Like, man. As for a being that can literally, like, remember when they gave that one planet gave him like halfway decent food, so he goes, "Oh, I left you half your planet." Remember when he just destroys half their planet in a second? Like Guardians, we don't have that kind of power. I don't think we have that kind of power. I don't think we have like planet destroying power because if we think of all the Nova bombs and slams and everything else that have hit the planet and the planet's still there. That's all I'm saying. I feel like the power level gap is just a little too much. But like we always talk about, Dragon Ball fighters, you can't. They're the most overpowered beings imaginable.
I know, right?
So I don't know how.
One thing does strike me though, talking about this now. As a matchup, I don't think, but I would wonder how well a Dragon Ball fighter could go up against someone from Saint Seiya, like a gold cloth saint from Saint Seiya. Because it's true that like saints, like the knights of, or if people are less familiar with the Japanese term, the English Knights of the Zodiac. It's curious because they're different like stylings. Sure, Gold Saints probably don't have the raw power output as a Dragon Ball fighter. But a lot of like, especially when you get into the Gold Saints and like the God Cloths and all this and that and the other, you're getting into attacks that like strip away your senses.
Yeah. It's like different style. Yeah. 100%. And that's what, hey man, that's where Z fighters have shown a weakness is, they've shown a weakness to, being blinded or being,
exactly
that kind of stuff. Like that's always been my argument with the one thing I think that like Naruto, like those kind of fighters could do is like you guys have like Buster and you guys have told me like when you can like just put someone in a pocket realm, you know what I mean? Like with like doing that kind of stuff, like that's the kind of stuff that a Z fighter wouldn't really know what to do with.
I feel a lot of like I said, a lot of also higher end like Saint Seiya abilities involve like time warp power or like some kind of like time traps and time loops and pocket dimensions and all this, that, and the other. I mean, it's almost like the mainstay of any Gold Saint is to be able to like take away all of your senses and kill you because they can disconnect your connection to the cosmos.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's very more subtle. It's like the difference between, like, pulling a Naruto reference, it's like the difference between Rock Lee and the strong fist fighting style and the Hyugas and their gentle fist, essentially.
Yeah. I get you on that. I get you. No, it's like, yeah, I can totally see that. You got pure brute physical output strength versus more finesse and technically sound. But if they get hit,
it's over. If they took hit, it's over.
If they get hit, it's done. Like I'm just like, that's one thing. Like, it's funny because you see like Z fighters and like you see them like beating the crap out of each other. Like, if you go back to like the tournament, the Majin Buu, the beginning of the Majin Buu saga, when they're doing the little punch thing, and they're all taking their time, and Vegeta just like literally just extends his arm and blows up the entire fucking machine. Like, They don't realize how strong Z fighters are.
Yeah, for sure.
Even the weakest Z fighters are like goddamn gods on earth.
And here's the thing: the weakest, like he gets a lot of gruff, but one of the weakest people, like to share a spotlight in Dragon Ball, Mr. Satan, Hercule. I mean, he's a joke compared to the Z fighters, but he was a strong enough fighter to be the world champion of martial arts.
Yeah, this son of a bitch is like, he's like the Brock Lesnar versus, meets like, he's the greatest UFC fighter on the planet. Like, that's
basically
what you could equate. That's what you could equate him to, and he's getting made to look like a child. Like a little, like something that needs to be protected amongst these guys.
Yeah, that's like the comparativeness. Because, I mean, Hercule, by normal standards, is a very strong fighter. Because, again, he did legitimately win his first world tournament legitimately before his money, as far as I know. Oh, yeah. So,
but, hey, Go ahead.
No, I was like I said, he knows how to fight. He has that basic understanding, and he can outpower almost. I mean, the only reason he won was because all the other Z fighters were busy with saving the world. But that left normal competition, which, as we've seen from previous, world martial arts tournaments, normal competition can get freaking out there, man.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. When you had. When you had, what's his name? When you had, what was the guy's name? Is it Jackie Chun? No, that's who it is. I'm not sure.
Well, Jackie Chun was Roshi.
That's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I mean. But you had, you had fighters like, obviously like, previous fights had Goku and Piccolo in it. You had guys, I mean, it's, super strong fighters and stuff like that. But like to quote the Watchmen, it's kind of like Dr. Manhattan when he's talking to, when he's talking to the world's smartest man. He's saying, you are the world's smartest man, but the world's smartest man is no threat to me. You might as well be the world's smartest termite. You know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those things. Like, yeah, you could be the world's most powerful fighter, and that's great and all that, the most powerful human being, but you don't concern me. And that's unfortunately that's the power level gap that we all deal with.
Yeah. And
well, buddy, no, go ahead. Finish. What you're gonna say them.
Basically, in closing, like I said, I feel like Saint or Gold Saint or something would be, because their movement speed, I think, can almost match a Dragon Ball fighter because they move at those crazy speeds. It's just, like I say, it does boil down to power gap. Like I said, they may be able to dodge like more effectively than a lot of other shows and such. But yeah, I mean, all the Dragon Ball fighter needs is one solid hit probably, and it's just done. The challenge would be getting that one solid hit, but great. That actually got me thinking.
But we've also seen that we've seen that in a Dragon Ball, not being able to hit someone, and then finally, timing and everything else, they usually find a way. And plus, their basic endurance too. They could just, the Saiyans alone can take such a fucking beating.
Yeah.
And then you've got to look, and then you also got to see the fact that Goku gets beaten down so much that he has nothing left, and all of a sudden you might have Ultra Instinct just fucking appear.
I know, right?
Like he's down to nothing. He has 0 power. I've beaten him, and then Ultra Instinct. All of a sudden you hear the fucking scream and the yell, and
I know, right? Somehow his backfired Spirit Bomb gives him back enough energy to trigger Ultra Instinct, and it's like, are you kidding me?
Dude, that's still one of the most badass sequences ever.
It is.
When when the Spirit Bomb goes back on him, and Jiren throws it back on him, and he fucking just takes it all, and then Ultra Instinct comes out, and then he just grabs Toppo and the fucking Beerus Rabbit looking motherfucker and just throws them to the side like they're nothing. And he's just like looking at the pulses as they're going by. Oh, dude, that's one of my favorite. Honestly, Ultra Instinct is probably, other than when he first goes Super Saiyan, with Frieza, I think Ultra Instinct is probably my favorite transformation. It is just badass. It is just badass. But I hear kids running around in the house, so I've got a feeling I'm going to have to start taking care of them. So you want to say our goodbyes?
We definitely shall. This has been your boy Raven. You can find me at DES_Raven. You can find the RNGCast on Twitter at the RNGCast, where, as Buster mentioned, pinned there is our invite to our Discord, or you can get in touch with either myself or Gorilla Golf or Buster or any of us and get an invite in there. We will get you in there very quickly. Of course, if we have a Patreon, if you so choose, patreon.com/the-RNGcast.
One of these years we will watch a movie, I promise.
It'll happen eventually.
It will. Through force of will, it will happen.
All right. The stars will align. It will happen.
Maybe one of these mornings we have a short cast, and then we just go and we watch that movie. Who knows? I was thinking about it the other day. I think so.
For all of you that are part of our Patreon, we infinitely thank you for your patience and our inability to keep our promise.
In our procrastination.
Yeah.
Thank you for dealing with our procrastination.
Yes, thank you for your continued support. You're amazing people. I think that's the important plugs. This is always the awkward time for me when Buster's gone, because Buster has the plugs memorized.
Oh, he has
nothing.
This is Gorilla Golf here, guys. Find me in the RNG Discord. You know where to find me. Dropping memes and random shit as always. You can get at me on Twitter, Gorilla Golf 1987. Get on me on PSN. Like I've said previously in this show, if you see our party is open, our group is open. We have a ready-made fire team. Me and the wife are always playing. We are nice people. Come and play with us, man. We're always open for that. But other than that, send me those questions. If you got a problem with what I say, trust me, I'm here waiting. Be respectful. I'll be respectful to you. That's all I ask. And I'm here waiting. I can talk forever about it. So other than that, I think we're good, Des.
I do believe we are good, and this is episode 136 of the RNG Cast. We're out.
See you all next week.